Okay guys, let's have a bit of a look at diffusion here. Now diffusion is one way that substances can move through solutions, but it's also a way that substances can move across membranes. So here's an example in a solution, and we can see the molecules down this end here are highly concentrated. There's lots of them, and they're low concentration down this end. Okay, and what we see happen is the substances can move, or well, they naturally move from an area of high concentration to a area of low concentration. Okay, and that movement of molecules is just the natural movement of molecules in the solution. As you warm up the solution, the movement of the molecules increases, and the whole process of diffusion also happens quicker. In gases, the molecules are moving even quicker, so diffusion's quite quick, and you'd know that if you've smelt any smells. They can spread through a room quite quickly. When the substances move through, we reach a state called equilibrium. And equilibrium is where we have a overall spread of the molecules through the solution. Okay, there's no longer a high concentration and a low concentration. Okay, and then we say that that's a balanced concentration gradient. We talk about the molecules moving from a high concentration to a low concentration, and that's moving with the concentration gradient. Okay, to reach that balanced state. Now, let's have a look at this with cell membranes, and what we have here is a membrane of a cell, and these small openings here, they're to replicate just the holes in the in between the phospholipid molecules. Okay. Now, this membrane is what we call a selectively permeable membrane. Now, selectively permeable. Selectively means some things but not others, and permeable means things that can go through. So these substances here, in some cases they might just be able to squeeze through the membrane, and if they can do that, we'll have a situation where over time that these will move through, and eventually we'll end up with that state of equilibrium. Now, if these molecules are a bit bigger, we have a different problem. If those molecules can't move through, they get to here and they just can't find a way to get through, we end up with the high concentration staying on this side and the low concentration on this side. Now, cells actually have a solution for that. They have protein channels in the membranes, and that might just be enough to allow the larger molecules to move through. Now, these protein channels are specific, so the ones that work for one molecule won't work for others. So the ones that work for sodium work really well, and they only let sodium through. And it's just, again, the process of diffusion. Things moving from high concentration to low concentration. They move with the concentration gradient, and we call this process facilitated diffusion. It's facilitated, and by facilitated we mean it's aided or helped by these protein channels. Okay, so we've covered diffusion across the selectively permeable membrane, and we've covered facilitated diffusion, which is how larger molecules will have to diffuse across membranes. Okay, good luck with understanding diffusion. You'll probably need to have a good look at this before tackling osmosis.